The Epic Brand Map is a very unique framework, something which has been in the works for a couple of years, and largely coming from my experience working with hundreds of brands who are trying to define what their journey should look like. I mean, the brand building journey, and it becomes significant because till now, till the Epic Brand Map, we haven't really had a cohesive framework that stitches together every single element of what it takes to build a really good quality brand. So that's where it becomes important that that you got everything structured in one place, in the right order, with the right flow from the top to the bottom, starting from positioning to the experiences which a brand ends up creating for their customers. So I think from that point of view, it becomes one of its kind framework for participants to learn. So, out of all the participants who typically attend our training on the Epic Brand Map, there are always going to be few participants who would not just use the training to build their own brand maps, but they would also want to pursue it as a long-term career. And this is where the certifications become very, very crucial. So we want our participants to graduate from being foundation certified to becoming a practitioner, where they're able to actually apply the learning in creating a few brand maps for their clients, or their in-house brands if they're working inside a large organization, and going all the way to becoming an expert where they can actually learn how to work on more complex brand systems, and then finally becoming a certified trainer. Now, this journey requires a tremendous amount of practice, skill, competency, and the right mindset, which I think a few people out of our participants are going to have. So, we want to use this opportunity to not just identify these people, but also handhold them, mentor them in the journey of becoming certified, and making sure that through their skills they can help tens and hundreds and thousands of other organizations and brands also map their brand journeys in a very, very systematic and effective way. I think uh, the secret lies in the essence of how the map is created. It's a positioning first map. It's for the first time that you will see a mapping exercise or the creation of a brand journey starting from positioning, and which basically means that we're giving a definition to brand is equivalent to business and vice versa. Now, the moment you look at a brand from the business lens, a lot changes. You don't just see it as a creative problem to solve. You don't see it as a marketing problem to solve. You don't see it as an afterthought. You start to look at every single aspect of your business, from human resources to operations to finance to also marketing, by the way, to customer experience to customer service, everything getting deeply aligned with what you want your brand to be, and in other words, what you want your positioning to be. And in that sense, it becomes very, very unique. I think it's the first of the kind framework on brand, which puts brand at the same level as strategic decision making, in the business. I think the role of CMO with the Epic brand map becomes a lot more strategic. And we always encourage our participants who attend our trainings and get their map certified to work in combinations of business and marketing together, not in isolation. Because if you look at the Epic brand map design, so it's in the shape of a triangle, starts from the positioning downwards, but goes all the way in terms of executing in terms of real touch points, communication, customer experiences, the stuff that the CMO is a lot more bothered about, but it starts from the business. And unless and only the business side and the marketing side do not work together on the brand, what you will see is half-baked ideas coming into the market, or stuff that you want to talk about because it's very fancy and exciting, but doesn't really get delivered in the back end. So this is the first such cohesive system that makes the marketing role as important as the business role, and and makes the business leaders appreciate the importance of marketing in the same room, not in separate silos or separate rooms. So in that sense, this framework holds a lot more significance, because it kind of highlights the reality of how brands should really be built versus how they're currently built. So it's a simple process. I think before you think about certifying your brand map, you first have to create one. And to create a brand map, there are tools available on the Epic Brand Institute website. You could attend a training like the one that we did today, a 3-day training program on building epic brands, where you actually learn about every single element of the brand map. And then when you fill your worksheets, you are actually in a position to shape your significant draft of the brand map, which then can be sent for a review and a certification from experts who are also certified to review. The other method is that you can actually purchase the book, which is also by the name of Building Epic Brands, and you can learn it by yourself. So there's nothing in the map that you can't learn by yourself if you have the right mindset and the aptitude to appreciate what's really coded down. So it's a very practical handbook, not very expensive. Just buy it, start applying it, create your map, and when you feel somewhat confident, submit your map to the institute, the Epic Brand Institute, and for a very small fee, you can actually get your map certified by an expert reviewer who has the license to certify your map and say that this is really good quality. So, and then you can obviously go back and align your teams and start implementing the map in your organization.